Hey, friends, welcome back to noseyAF, conversations about art, activism, and social change. I'm your host and a friend, Stephanie Graham, and this month I'm launching the inaugural Black Business Series, a series of conversations with Black business owners building cool things in the world. Now, the application process was extremely rigorous. The requirements were super tough because you had to be Black and have a business. I know, really put people through it. But honestly, in this economy, being Black and having a business feels like an accomplishment in itself. So we are celebrating that, you and I, here at noseyAF. So today we're hanging with Maxwell, the founder of Two Caring Hearts, a home care and wellness business serving elderly, disabled, and post-hospital clients with super compassion and support. Q brings over 20 years of healthcare experience, a powerful personal story, and a deep commitment to helping families feel cared for, seen, and supported. She's also a business coach, mentor, and author, so there's lots to love in this conversation with Q. But first, we have to play our theme song. So with that being said, welcome to noseyAF, 31 Days of Black Business.
Gotta get up, tell the whole world you a winner. Vision of a star with a mission and a cause. What you doing, how you doing, what you doing, and who you are. Flex yourself, impress yourself. Check yourself, don't wreck yourself. If you know me, then you know that I be knowing what's up. Hey, Stephanie Graham is nosy as
Q, welcome to noseyAF.
Thank you for having me.
I am so excited to have you. When I saw that you worked with our grandmothers, with folks we love in the caretaking space, I'm like, wow, truly what a blessing. What inspired you to create Two Caring Hearts?
So I lost my dad when I was 13 years old. And
Mm.
from there, I ended up losing my husband when I was 28. And then my grandma got sick probably the year before my husband passed away. So I've been in the healthcare field for a long time anyway, but it was like personal things that was happening to me that inspired me to want to be a advocate and a voice for the elderly and disabled.
Wow, that I am so sorry.
Yeah, it was
That's
a
like
lot.
that's so tough.
Yes, it has been, but I find my, strength through me caring for others, and it has been amazing thus far.
Yeah, so even though you had this loss, what still made you think, "You know what? I could turn this into a" because it seems like were you sorta, like, pushed into, like, caretaking just, like, off principle, right? Like, this is your father,
Yeah.
this is your husband.
Yeah, so basically, well, my father and my husband, they ended up passing away suddenly, like, just unexpectedly. My dad dropped me off to school that morning, and then, like, 2 hours later, he was gone.
Wow.
My husband literally got off work, put the kids to bed, and I found him 2 hours later. My big thing was it was basically about me feeling guilt of not being able to do anything. So I wanted to be that person for others who really felt like they didn't have anybody.
Yeah, which is a lot of people, I feel.
Yes. A lot of the elderly, kids have their own life, and they're left alone, and some of the disabled as well. They're left alone
Mm.
because, people still have their lives going on. And I am that advocate for them.
Yeah, that's, like, so gracious, and I don't know, the term "wild" comes to mind, even though it's obviously not appropriate. Two Caring Hearts, are you all an actual facility, or do you guys do, like, home
No, we're
care?
at home. We're going in
Okay.
people's homes. We're going into facilities, and yeah, it is wild, because we never know what we're walking into. Honestly speaking, and some of our grandmas and grandpas, they are very wild. They give us a run for our money, but yeah, so we really don't know what we're walking into, but we're going into their homes, and some of them are in facilities, but mostly homes.
Okay, because that's what I was thinking of. I was thinking, like, I went to get my eyes checked, the other week, and the doctor's assistant was talking about how they have their mom, and they're like, "'Cause you know how we do. We not putting our parents in a home. We're not putting our parents in a home." And, like and I'm like, "Yeah, that is true." I feel like some Black and brown folks might have family members in homes, but for the most part, they're usually, like, with us. And
Absolutely.
yeah, like, I feel it is what it is. Like, others are others. They might have their family in homes, and you always hear about, like, you know, elderly abuse or, like, elderly care, like, that's just where my mind goes, like, and maybe I, like, have been on too many rabbit holes on TikTok, but I
No.
think yeah, I don't know, anything you have to say about that? It just, like, makes me think, like, "Oh my gosh, I would never." I think just that thought of leaving our loved ones in the care of somebody else is it's sort of like giving me tingles in my stomach just thinking about it.
Absolutely. So, I have been in the healthcare field for 23 years. So I've worked in senior homes, I've worked in doctor's offices, I've worked in every aspect that you can think of. My last job before me starting my business was me being a wellness director for an assisted living. Some
Mm,
of our we only had probably 3 of our kind that was actually in a home. Everybody else was, of
okay.
course, of other descent, and of course, they dropped them off. They don't they don't come back. We don't see them sometimes, so we become their family, honestly speaking, and it is tough. I didn't deal with any elderly abuse inside my building because, I was big on care and I was big on making my face known, so any complaints we already automatically resolved. However, it happens a lot, and it happens a lot within the facilities more so than it does in homes.
Yeah. So, I guess, like, really quick, and then I wanna learn more about you as a business owner. Just
Sure.
as we age, like, I'm in my 40s, my parents are in their 70s. When even if our parents are in great health, like, when do you think it's a good time to even start thinking about bringing in additional help for loved ones?
I think, a good time to start is when they are becoming, I would say, combative. And when I say combative, like, they're gonna becoming stubborn. They don't wanna do a lot of things. They don't wanna, go anywhere. They have the same routine. When you start seeing them sticking to that same routine, it's time then to think about getting additional help because you don't know what else they're struggling with outside of that. So that's a good time to start bringing
Mhm.
them in. So when you start seeing them not changing their clothes very often, not eating a lot. And you ask them what they eat and they have to think about it. It's because they're probably not. They're not really drinking a lot. Those are the times we start looking at extra additional help because it's probably some more underlying issues.
Okay, awesome. And is your company you guys are just in one of the Carolinas, right? In
Yes. So there
South
is one in North
Carolina? North
Carolina, but we
Carolina?
are the best one in South Carolina.
Okay, period.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. South Carolina, what a treat to have you, caring for
Yes.
our elderly and disabled communities. What a dream.
Yes. Yes, I love it. Like I said, they become our family, and it is so rewarding to be able to do such a thing as that. I mean, does it get tiring? Absolutely. But who else is going to do it? You have to have a heart for this community.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you feel like it's your gift, it's your calling?
I do. I do. I really do because they get so comfortable with me. Now, mind you, I have a staff, a team that works along with me. However,
Mhm.
my clients get so attached to me going out there and caring for them, it's hard to really not work the business because I spoil them. And that's what they get accustomed to. So no matter who we send, it's like, oh no, I don't like her. Or they find a problem because, oh, well, she didn't make my bed like how you made my bed. It's just little minor things
Oh.
that makes their day. So yeah.
So, at running your own business, what is it like leading a team? I think that so many folks, like when you start, like, okay, I'm going to have my business, we do so many things by ourselves. I do everything by myself. Like, what's it like leading a staff?
Whew. Well, I can tell you it's heavy work. Because when you're trying to be the owner, you're trying to be the caregiver, you're trying to be the trainer, you're trying to be the social media manager, it becomes a heavy burden. And then the weight of everyone else's world is now on your shoulders. Because whatever decision you make
Yeah.
not only affects you, it affects everybody behind you. So then if you make a mistake, then it's like, oh God. And you gotta look these people in the face and say, "Hey, this is what's going on. That's what's going on." And it gets a little scary because, oh gosh, people are not sympathetic. But I mean, we have our ebbs and flows, and we have our hiccups or whatever. But we learn from them and we move forward. But other than that, leading a team is great. I love teaching. I love being a leader. But my main thing is, keeping the team together when things are going awry.
It never feels like when you are a boss in this way that you don't get an opportunity to let up. And so I guess my question to you is just wondering, how do you, like, keep that separation, or, like, what's your, like, management style? And I ask this for other, like, aspiring entrepreneurs and other folks who lead teams, that are a part of the series. Just what insights do you have?
You have to stick to your guns. You have to create healthy boundaries. You have to let your yes be yes and your no mean no, because they will take advantage. In the beginning, I was all for being like, I wanted to be, oh, hey, I'm not your boss. I'm your coach, or we're together. And so then they would come and they would try to do things that they wouldn't normally do if we were in a corporation. And, "Oh, I need an advance on my check," or "I'm this, I'm that." It's always something, and then, "Oh, okay, yeah, okay." And what ends up happening is they turn around the one time that you can't do them a favor, then it becomes a screaming match, and it makes it worse, and it makes the job more complicated than it has to be. And
Yeah.
I've just recently gone through that, and I'm like, "You know what, Lord, I had to talk," because I literally have a soft heart for people because, I've been on the other end where, I've been in a struggling situation, and I just needed somebody to give me a little push. So I try to be that push, but I no longer can because it has gotten me into many jams, and people do not appreciate what you do for them. They just know what they need at that time.
Mhm. Sheesh. Yeah, even
Yes.
just hearing you say that, I'm like, "Oh, I don't think I'm ready for that yet in advance."
No, and
Wow.
mind you, I've been an entrepreneur for about 9 years, so home care is
Okay.
not new to me, but it's new. And the team I have now is way bigger than I have ever led as far as my own business.
Mhm.
I wouldn't suggest it. No. Let your boundaries and policies and your policies and procedures lead you.
With Two Caring Hearts, what is it that you hope families feel after working with your team?
I hope that they feel like they have not just a caretaker, but somebody who support them. We're not just there for the family member. We're there to provide them with support because caretakers get burnt out. They need somebody to listen. They need someone to understand. They need days off. And so after they work with me, I want them to hopefully they feel trusted, like I'm trustworthy. I'm reliable. I hope they feel like I am an annex to what they
Mhm.
were looking for originally before finding 2 Caring Hearts.
Yeah. I love the name. Where did you get the name from?
So literally, so my sister and myself run the business. So it was like, oh, what can I do? And instantly, 2 Caring Hearts came to mind. And mind you, we are going through a rebrand. So it's going to be 2 Caring Hearts Home and Wellness Services because we're expanding.
Okay.
So the 2 Caring Hearts part, it matches because she is a certified EMT, and have a nursing background. So who better than to run the business than people who understand what's going on?
Yeah, for sure. And I love that you run a business with your sister, especially in the age of that old phrase of, like, don't have a business with your family and friends. Do you think that that's outdated, or how do you make it work?
No, I don't think it's outdated. It does get a little tough sometimes because, she's my sister. So we have to kind of set aside the fact that we're sisters and go into business partner mode and like, okay, what are we doing from here? Because she's one of my younger sisters, so therefore she expects me to baby her. I don't baby her. Nope, it's no, nope, 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 nope. Put your big girl panties on and let's get it done. And
I
she's
hear that.
also she's also more so of the sensitive type. While I'm thinking logically, she's already weeping about something because she's like, "Oh my god, what are we gonna do?" And I'm like, "Ma'am, I've already got it figured out. This is the game plan. What are you thinking?" But so I don't outdate it. I think you just have to make it work for exactly what it is and know how to put that boundary. Separate the relationship and then just step into straight, uh, boss mode pretty much.
Can you just explain, like, some of the services that you offer? Like, what are some of your favorite offerings that Two Caring
So
Hearts has?
some of my favorite offerings is our nutrition support, because as the elderly, like I said, as they get older, they do not like to eat, they don't like to drink. So we provide hot meals or we cook for them at their home based on whatever diet they're on. Um, we do transportation, so we like to take them on outings. We like to get them out of the house. We go to the senior center, we go to libraries, we go to coffee dates, we go do different things with them, not just doctor's appointments. They get tired of that. Um, and
Yeah.
the personal care, companionship. Those are probably my 4 main favorite because in the companionship, we get to learn about them. They tell you about their life, their history, and they give business advice all the time. Unsolicited business advice. Um, they'll tell me, I'll be like, "Well, this is going on," and they will fire everybody. That's always the response. So, yeah, so those are my 4 favorite services that we provide, but we do, service, veterans as well, so that's another one of my favorites, to give back
Oh,
to someone
wow.
who has served our country, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. That is wonderful. Can you share a moment with in your business with Two Caring Hearts when you thought, "Oh, you know what? We have something here. We are really making a difference."
So literally I was a wellness director just a year ago, in February. And then I had a friend, a colleague came to me and say, "Hey, we're getting ready to move my grandparents here from California. We would really love for you to come and take care of them." So I was like, that's crazy because I literally just had gotten my license to do so. So I was like, cool. Yeah, I'll do that. And I literally stepped out and did it. And then we went from having one family to probably 6 within no time, like, not off of any advertising or anything, just word of mouth. And I
Wow.
was like, "Oh my god," like, God is really blowing my mind. So from February of last year to July, we ended up with 14 families just off of word of mouth alone.
What? Wow.
Yes, and
That's amazing.
that's when I knew I was making a difference, like, on social media, people were tagging my name and everything, and then, like, we just got, honorable mention for being one of the best, home care agencies in Charleston where we are, and for being one of the best rehabilitation, because we do post, hospital stays as well. So I mean, we're making a difference, and some days I feel like we're not, but then I get those types of things, and it's like, yeah, we're actually doing something different.
So, like, one of the things that I think about a lot that I talk about here on the show is just, like, the idea of being a good neighbor. And maybe, we don't run, home care agencies, but just like, the everyday gal such as myself and the listener, what could we do, like, to be, more caring to our elderly and disabled communities?
The main thing they wanna do is keep up their lawn and the maintenance of their home, that's their heart and soul. So, if you see a grass that needs to be cut, cut a grass. Pull a trash can in.
Okay.
Those little small differences, just take a lunch over one day. "Hey, it's hot out. I saw you walking. Would you like a bottle of water?" Just those little simple things makes them feel seen, and, um, it just warms their heart.
I really love that. That's such a great idea. I also love the idea of cutting my grass and then just going over to my neighbors and just keeping it going and like thinking about them
Yes.
waking up. I feel
Yes.
like the particular neighbor I'm thinking of, they'll either be like, wow, thank you, or they'll be like, don't do it again.
Yeah. Oh, they are very ornery, don't get me wrong. They wanna maintain
Yeah.
their independence as much as possible, but
Yeah.
they fight you tooth and nail on that. So she may say that, but continue doing it because at the end of the day, it is a burden
Yeah.
off of her shoulder.
Right? I mean, I would appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Anything, when people are
Yep.
like, hey, we have dinner here, you're like, yeah, cool.
Absolutely. Yep. So yeah, just you might get a little pushback at first, but once you see you keep doing it, she'll be okay.
I love it. And then even just thinking about with home care, usually folks are like, "Oh, this is like you have to have money to do that." Is it I guess I want to ask, is it just for rich people?
Home care is absolutely not just for rich people. Believe it or not, some people have, like, insurances that offer home care, whether it's a long-term care policy, whether it's a MCO such as United Health or Humana. Um, they also have grants that the states have that will help you. They have community long-term care. Medicaid offer waiver programs. There's so many ways for people who are not rich to get help in their homes. And then you have some people that just volunteer to do it just for it, and they can get free services. So it just depends on where they are and then like what resources are available to them based on the state. But they can absolutely get it. Absolutely.
I love that. I love that so much. Thank you so much for sharing that and, like, I guess dispelling that too.
Yes,
No,
because a lot of
I
people
didn't know
don't
you could use
know.
insurance.
Yes. Like Humana Gold, they allow them 30 hours a week. If they was a veteran, they can get aid in attendance
Wow.
where they can get people to come in their home and the military will pay for it. So they have a lot of services available, a whole lot.
Wow, that's so amazing. It makes me think like I need to make like a zine of all these offerings, like for home care, just
Y- Yes, that would be
like
a good
post
thing
up
because a
flyers
lot
or something. That's amazing.
absolutely because families are always looking and they do think that it's out of their reach. But if you can just put down
Yeah.
the information that they need in one place, they would absolutely go for it.
Yeah. What's one thing that when you started your business that you did that you were like, "Oh, I definitely should not have done that."
But let's see. We took on a case of someone who was unmedicated schizophrenic.
Okay.
And shout out to the mental health community because I do suffer sometimes with mental health issues. We all do in some way, shape, or form. But this person had been
Yeah.
unmedicated on top of her having dementia. So it showed with hallucinations and different things. She gave us a run for our money. She would fight us daily. She would fight us daily just to do the basic necessities. And I was like, when she finally got placed into a facility that would help her better than we could, I was like, I would never do that again.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she would literally
It's
fight us. Yeah, so that was the one thing I would say that I would never do again.
yeah, just sort of like getting to know who the client might be a little more.
Yes, absolutely. So our questionnaire now is a little bit stronger. Like, do you have any diagnosis that you are not medicating? So that way we know what we're walking into.
Hello? Yeah, it's like, okay, and families that are looking to work with Q, don't lie on your form, tell the truth.
Please don't, because when grandma gets to swinging, I need to be able to know what to do.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. It can get real. It
It
sounds like.
can. It can very fast.
Oh my goodness. So, but with all of your experience, you've actually put all of this in a book. Tell us about your book.
Yes. So my book is called Building While Bleeding. So it's basically talking about an entrepreneur who is going through a transition in her life as she tries to battle being a caregiver for others and a caregiver for herself. It walks you through
Mm.
what started it, it walks you through the transition as it's going on, and then it's going to bring you into the end, which is it's a 3-book series, will bring you into the end
Oh,
where the
okay.
transformation has completely happened.
So it's fiction?
So it's more so nonfiction, but it has some fictional
Okay.
parts in it just to kind of keep the reader to give scenarios and make it, make it more interesting for the reader.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. These scenes have been changed to fit the story kind of a deal.
Yes, absolutely.
I love that. Okay, cool. And then do all of the books release at the same time or is it like over time?
It's gonna be over time. I'm hoping to
Okay.
have so the first book is getting ready to drop. Amazon put it on a delay, so it should be coming out over this weekend. So it's available on Amazon, KDP, of course, and on Barnes and Noble. And then the next book will release
Okay.
on my birthday, which is August 27th, and the last book will release for December or for Christmas.
Oh my gosh. So it will be released by the time this conversation airs in August, which is so exciting.
Absolutely. So I'm super excited for that.
Yeah, we'll definitely make sure we put those links to the book in the show notes for sure so we can all it's
Absolutely.
perfect for a summer read. It's a summer
It
read.
is, it is, it is. So I have so many testimonials, for people who already have read it before it even hit the market. So I'm excited to see what everybody else thinks of it. So yes.
For aspiring entrepreneurs who are like, this is a really interesting business that Q has. What advice would you give to somebody thinking of entering home care?
So I literally did a lot of research. I did it with no mentor. Get a mentor
Okay.
because it would make it so much easier, for someone who's walked through the process to be able to explain the process to you versus trying to figure it out on your own. Because we did a lot of trial and error. Over this last year and a half, we had a lot of trial and error, and I now have a mentor to help
Mm.
me like work on some nooks and crannies. I would never do it without a mentor again. It's not hard, but it can definitely get challenging trying to understand the laws and as things change, trying to make sure you're up to date and compliant. So I would absolutely get a mentor.
Are you a mentor?
I actually am a mentor. I've been a business coach for about 9 years now.
Oh, wow. Okay. Cool. So if somebody has interest, then they could hit you up to ask.
Absolutely, absolutely, they can. I am on my social media platforms are Q Maxwell or Q the Coach on Instagram and TikTok. You can always message me. I don't mind. I am big on building the community.
And, how can people support your business?
They can support my business by going and following my business page, To Caring Hearts Home Health. And they can also share a flyer, share a post,
Yeah. And are
share a
you open
post.
for clients right now as well?
Yes, we are open for clients right now. So if you know anybody in the Tri-County area of South Carolina, that's Berkeley, Dorchester, Carlson County, Lexington County. If you know anybody in those areas, tell them to call To Caring Hearts.
Hit you up.
Website
I
is
love it.
available. Yes, the website is available.
Yes.
Is up and running, so all your information that you need is there.
The website is beautiful, by the way. I love how
Thank
it always
you.
is like changing out like who can be in need of care.
Yes, I love that when me and a designer got together, I was like, "I just wanna be different. I wanna pop," and he was like, "I got you." And that's the concept we
Yeah.
came up with, which has been so amazing.
I love it because it really just seems like, your business feels like you are like an extra family member, like a real companion to who we love, who needs just a little bit extra support. And we need the support. We need to be supported,
Absolutely.
supporting our loved one.
Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. I am. We do. That was the basis of this was to not only just help the elderly, but to help those daughters and sons who are just drained for trying to understand mom. Like, I have families that even though their loved one may have passed on, we're still in communication just because I've always been that support for them. I go to funerals, I celebrate birthdays with them. It's just those big things that matter to them, and I try to show up for them.
Wow, that's nice. So it sounds like are you on like 24/7? Is this like a lifestyle kind of a job? How
It
do you
is a
take
life
breaks?
It's a lifestyle kind of a job. Sometimes it gets tough. I am probably running on day I'm gonna not gonna lie to you, we're running on about day 80 something. I'm 80 something with no days off. Um,
Oh,
it's
wow.
24/7, 7 days a week, literally. If it's not clients that's needing me, it's employees who's needing me, so I make myself available.
Wow. That's so generous. How can folks pour into you?
Right. Say a prayer for me. Poor say a prayer for
Okay.
me that I keep my strength, but I am having to learn boundaries with life and personal. Because I mean I do have kids. I do have a spouse and we don't get a lot of time because I'm constantly working, but my spouse understands a little bit because he's a mortician. So, those that's another job that
Wow.
never stops. So, yeah, so we try to balance it out the best we can, but sometimes I'm just so exhausted. Like we're in the middle of watching a movie and I'm falling asleep.
Yeah, it gets hard, man. It gets hard. I know myself, I even have to say, like, okay, you get to do one more thing and then you're going to go to bed. Do you understand?
Yes,
And I
absolutely.
like will fight myself. I windmill myself. Like, don't tell me what to do, you know?
Right. I have those moments because it's like, I want to finish this show. And then it's like, absolutely not. Sleep always wins every time.
Yeah. Yeah, especially because you're, like, finding time to also, like, write your book as well, like, balancing all that, being a spouse and, like, making meals, like, yeah, it's so much.
When the house get
What
quiet,
kind of a
my mind
team do you have?
when the house gets quiet, my mind runs. So my kids are older, thank God. So I don't have any baby
Okay.
babies. So they're pretty self-sufficient. So my daughter will cook, if I'm running late, or the youngest one, she'll be, Mom, I'll cook or do something. I've given them skills so where they can go burn in the kitchen. And it's okay.
Mhm.
Family support is everything. So my sisters, so it's 7 of us, believe it or not, it's 7 girls. We have no brothers except for our brother-in-laws. Um, so we are always hey, we have 2 sisters that, take all the kids and they'll do all the running with the kids. Like, our village is amazing when it comes to helping us.
What a blessing.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, well, cute. Thank you so much for being on noseyAF and sharing about 2 caring hearts.
I thank
What
you
a
for
pleasure.
having me. It has been an exciting day.
I think it's just so cool that, like, just, like, the home care community because I just feel like I, take my aunt sometimes to doctor's appointments when, like, I'm in between gigs, and I just love being able to do that for her because outside of that, it's just, like, Ubers and it's very, like, it just seems, like, so boring.
It is, and a lot of
Just
times
so
that's
sterile.
yes, it is, because all they do is they just sit in one spot and they have no one to talk to. It is very so that little bit of time that you give her, I'm pretty sure it makes a difference because with her kids, I know they're probably around, but when they're working and somebody has time just in the middle of the day just to come pop in on her, I'm pretty sure that lifts her spirits a whole lot.
A delight. Cute.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing with us today. I really appreciate you being on Nosy AF.
Yeah, I appreciate you for having me. This has been amazing.
That concludes another episode of Nosy AF, 31 Days of Black Business. I'm your host and friend, Stephanie Graham. I hope you took something away from today's conversation and had a good time hanging with us. Be sure to check out the show notes to learn more about today's guest and consider supporting their work. You know how it goes, whether you're making a purchase, hiring them, or simply spreading the word. Listen, who doesn't love a referral? It truly all makes a difference. Quick thank yous go out to Queen Lex and Freddie Bam Bam for the Nosy AF theme music, and Emma McGolrick, who hooked me up with the cover art and branding. Shout out to the partners and supporters for this series. You could check them out in the show notes as well. Super grateful for a partner. Hello. That's the show, friends. Until tomorrow, stay curious and take care. Bye.